around fast enough to really prevent them from taking a good shot.
North Gold Coast being led by Brent Wallace. He's got 8 points and 5 rebounds. But you look at the statistics, there's not much else there. Next leading scorer is Cameron Goldfinch with 5. They've got a few players on the board, but no one really stepping up.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, there's a lot of work that can be done on the North Gold Coast offensive effort as well. And, you know, they've got some amazing players out there. You've got Linton, you've got Howard, you've got, you know, Campbell as well. They've got some big offensive scorers who could be doing a lot of work underneath, but it's just not happening at the moment with the lack of that offensive structure.
I think I just was having some off-air chat with NBL legend Derek Rucker, and we didn't talk about it, but I remember one time talking with him one night after a QBL game a few years ago, and he said, it's pretty simple. Stay in front of your man, stop him, rebound the ball, score down the other end. And quite simply, that's what Seahawks have got to do. They've got to lift the intensity defensively, get some stops, and then get going and try and break out with some transition buckets, because they've got some good athletes.
Good finish there by Simon Taylor. Have a few shout-outs we got to do. Got to give a shout-out to our guy, Colby Stefanovic, watching at home with his boys and his wife. And also want to give a shout-out to Sean Connolly from the Brisbane Capitals and the rest of the Brisbane Capitals men's players watching the live stream on the Gold Coast while they're enjoying the weekend off from hoops. Pretty sure there's a few tins involved with the Capitals boys as well.
You would have to think so.
Amar missed the layup. Quentin Campbell comes down with the rebound, then Amar tips it out of bounds. 45-33, the score. Holmquist, Pollock. They swing it around now. Jones has it on the left wing. Holmquist, Pollock thought about it, gets it to Linton. They swing it out. Campbell 3 off the front of the rim. Simon Taylor up ahead to Simmons now. Finds Taylor, leaves his feet, dumps off for Young to lay it up and in. Logan getting it done in transition.
Yeah, that's why they're one of the league leaders in assists per game. I think they are numero uno.
Campbell puts it back with one hand. Yep. Cleaning up the Jones miss.
Thunder #1 in the league in assists, Johnny, and they showed you why. Again, good drives, unselfish play.
Simmons has his pocket picked. Scrapping for the ball. It's a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Seahawks.
A little bit of chatter going out on the floor between the boys.
I'm not sure why the big man, Jonesy, got a warning. He didn't open his mouth.
Must have been a little bit of antagonising early on there. I'm not too sure. It didn't look like it, but yeah.
Simmons didn't like whatever he did on the jump, on the looking to tie him up, but Jones just went for the ball. No nonsense up.
He got his hand, got the strip.
Yeah.
Getting after it, you gotta like that.
All right, everybody, now let's go, Seahawks, let's go.
Jones gonna fire the 3.
I like it.
Hits it.
I like it. Go at him.
9 points to deficit. Gotta get stops though.
Like that Jones backs up his lack of talk with the 3, let his game do the talking.
Young backing in, hook shot too strong. Goldfinch grabs the rebound.
Already, we're only 2.5 minutes into this third quarter. We can really see the intensity having lifted from the Seahawks, which is exactly what we said they needed to do, boys. And there's just been such a change of pace already as Jones goes hard to the bucket and gets fouled. This is a whole new Seahawks team we're seeing in this second.
Lot more energy. A lot more intensity. The crowd's into it as well.
And a big crowd it is too, Johnny. We were just saying before, it's probably one of the biggest crowds we've had in QBL19 so far for the games that we've streamed. Seahawks put on a pretty good show. Big crowd turnout. And short drive down from Logan as well. So they've got a bit of a crowd to the right of us here as well.
I'm glad you didn't say quick drive.
It definitely wasn't a quick drive.
Hopefully it'll be a quick one home.
The M1, is that the most doomed road in Queensland?
Mick Cedar in the corner, off the front of the rim. Nice offensive rebound, Simon Taylor. Simmons gets inside. His shot is good.
Yeah, great drive. Good finish.
Both teams playing with great energy here. 49-39. Logan up 10. Holmquist Pollock stepped out of bounds.
Well, he's thrown a pump fake on the last three, and we all knew he wasn't going to shoot it. Just catch it, engage the D, and do something else.
Well, he's hit a couple. I mean, he has hit one tonight.
No,
so.
Nick Young was having none of his pump fake.
I thought he hit one.
No. He hasn't.
He's 2 from 2 from the field, but yeah, not a.
Yeah.
I thought he had a 3 in the first. Must be hallucinating again. Simmons goes left, loses it off his foot. It's gonna be Gold Coast, North Gold Coast ball.
Well, I really like their intensity on the other end. They're holding Logan to 6 points so far. +3 in the third quarter to the home team.
Three-pointer up, that's no good. Campbell put back with 2 hands. Second one we've seen so far.
And a great steal there by Jones as well. He steps up for the 3.
Another offensive rebound and put back by Campbell. Lead is cut to 6, and Logan is forced to take a timeout. The North Gold Coast Seahawks.
Big Q, welcome to the game.
Stepping back up into this one.
Jones and Campbell just driving the Seahawks in this third quarter so far. It almost could have been a third putback on the dunk, but huge cover plays there from Jones and Campbell.
Timeout taken on the floor. Let's keep it here and take a look at the stats, Dave. It's a big third quarter here so far for the North Gold Coast Seahawks.
Yeah, well, that's a +7 now, Johnny, and equally they went a little small, which is interesting. So Wallace, who's been good for them, he's been on the bench while they've made their run, so they've gone a bit smaller. I think they've, again, been a little more engaged defensively, knowing that they need to rebound and scramble together, and they're offensively looking a little bit better as well. And obviously Q's been hitting some shots, getting out and run like we talked about. So he's got 11 now. Brett Wallace with 8, Goldfinch with 5, and Jones with 5 as well.
Yeah, just a huge change in pace from the Seahawks as well. They've really, they probably got their butts handed to them at halftime, and they've just really turned things around. They're coming out with energy and a bit of fire in their belly, and this very vocal Seahawks crowd is really giving it to them as well and driving them up. So it's going to be a great second half of the game if they can keep this energy up.
Let's see what they got coming out of that timeout, what adjustments Logan can make to get back into it. Chando out there, goes behind his back. Keeping his dribble alive. Swings it over, Cedar now. Amar puts it on the deck.
Just look at the difference in the defense here from the Seahawks. 19 seconds of terrific defense. Everyone's engaged, in stance.
His first team foul, Michael Cedar on the line for 2.
And as usual, it's contagious.
Let's make it difficult. Make some noise in here.
Cedar hits the first. See what Cedar can do with the second. Gets that one to roll as well. A couple free throws stop the bleeding for Logan at the moment. They're up 8. Come out with a bit of pressure here. Campbell swings it. Goldfinch is open. Wing 3 up. It's short off the front of the rim. Machando defensive rebound. He turns it over, though. Here's Holmquist Pollock up ahead. Linton skips it. Jones from the corner. 3 is off. Campbell, another offensive rebound. He puts it back up and misses. That's tough, that one.
Use the backboard.
Jones comes up with another steal. Campbell looking for it. Jones dumps it off. Campbell lays it in. Where was the hammer? That's what I want to know.
Oh, Jones, another steal. That's got to be 4 or 5 steals.
Campbell misses. Cedar grabs it.
That'll be his 4th steal, DD.
Yeah.
Logan clinging to a 6-point lead here. Just under 5 minutes to go in the third. Cedar, deep 3 off the front of the rim. Amar chases it down. Young, Linton on his back, finds a cutting Cedar. Reverse layup, good, plus the foul. Quentin Campbell going for the block. Foul Cedar again. And Mick Cedar has an opportunity for a 3-point play.
A lot of changes here for the Thunder.
Simmons, Jeffries, and Carroll check in for Logan. Tom Howard, Alex Lemakin check in for North Gold Coast. Cedar misses it off the front of the rim. Logan up 8. Goldfinch to Howard, challenged at the rim, no foul call. Good contest there from Jeffries. Simmons swings it, Cedar, good pump fake, out to Carroll, 3 is up, and it's down. Nice transition offense there from Logan.
Good answer, and that hurts too. From a momentum point of view, Howard misses the relatively easy layup.
Nice floater there from Earl Jones over Mitch Young. Young loses it. Jones recovers for North Gold Coast. Goes cross court. Now Howard has it, goes around the defense, lays it in, plus the foul. Tommy Howard goes to the right hand like you've been saying. Gets it to fall, and he'll go to line for another one.
Well, the Seahawks have got to, when they watch the tape, I'll give them a tip. When they bust out in trans, they look good. When they don't, they're struggling. It's really that simple. Offensively in the half court, they're struggling to execute. And I think they're struggling to know who I'm going to try and get a shot for in transition. Again, Jones doing a good job. They're getting out, making good decisions.
You think North Gold Coast can keep up this frantic pace for the rest of this game, Dave?
Maybe, and maybe Logan might drag him to play this type of pace because that's what Logan likes to play.
Good fake by Simmons. Can't get his layup to fall. Tipped around. Young recovers. Left-handed hook shot short. Howard defensive rebound. Earl Jones step back 3 is off the front of the rim. You don't like that one, Dave. I saw you shake your head.
Yeah, bad shot.
Sean Carroll, corner 3. It's the bottom of the net. 9 points the lead for Logan. 59-50, we're under 3 in the third. Howard's floater's good, plus the foul. Tommy Howard's starting to be able to produce a bit on the offensive end for the Seahawks.
Yeah, well, he's been really quiet so far. But they need more of him, you know. I'm not sure what his season averages are, but he's the kind of guy who's certainly capable of giving you 15 and 10 every night.
Well, you're pretty close, actually, to be honest, TD. He's averaging 11.6 for the season and 9.6 rebounds as well. So he's not doing too bad, and he's definitely capable of what he's showing us here now in the third.
Brent Wallace checks back in for the Seahawks. Howard missed the free throw. Jeffries kicking it up court, and Howard gets called for the foul. His second personal, third team foul of the quarter.
And the Seahawks are using all their energy to stay in the game. The last couple times, they've missed Carroll open on 3 balls, and they've got to do a better job of finding guys and communicating.
It's one of the better crowds we've had in our games this season, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, we said before it was a really good crowd.
Really well engaged, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big difference between having a big crowd and then having a loud crowd as well. And, you know, I think the crowd is really part of the reason why the Seahawks team has come out performed in this third quarter, because they're just amazing.
Great take there by Rayshawn Simmons, laying it in with the left hand. Howard is fouled. It's going to go against Ryan Jeffries. 4th team foul. That's Ryan Jeffries' 4th personal foul as well. Don't know if Coach can recognize that. LeMagan skips it. Linton 3. Good from Rob Linton. Cuts his team's deficit to 6.
I haven't seen Linton play, but he's certainly, I watched him in the warm-ups, has a nice looking jimmy. I assumed he was better than his 106 start, and again, they need him to get hot.
Ryan Jeffries answers with his own 3-pointer, pushing the lead back out to 9 for Logan. Goldfinch steps out of bounds right in front of his bench. Luke Can going to the bench, going to reinsert Tommy Amar and Simon Taylor for Mick Cedar and Ryan Jeffries. Looks like the Seahawks going to take a timeout, so we'll take one as well. Minute 41 left in the third quarter. It's 64-55, Logan up on the Seahawks in your QBL Game of the Week. Back with you here at Runaway Bay Indoor Stadium on the Gold Coast. It's the North Gold Coast Seahawks at the moment, trailing by 9, 64-55 versus the Logan Thunder. Carroll goes behind his back. Miscommunication between Sean Carroll and Mitch Young leads to a turnover. That zone from North Gold Coast, very high, very aggressive, Dave, on that possession.
Yeah, they need to, again, I like the energy from Seahawks in that zone just then.
Wallace goes to the left hand to lay it in. He flexes on him, too. I love it. Big fella says, get on my back, boys. Tommy Amar from the top of the key drains that 3. He says, why not?
Well, in the zone just then, Wallace can't just sit in the middle and guard no one. He's got to step up, especially when Logan's such a spread group at the moment with shooters all around Mitch Young.
Pass too low for Brent Wallace, and Simon Taylor grabs the rebound. Carroll in the corner now for Logan. Skip pass stolen by Tommy Howard. Holmquist Pollock has it tipped, and Rayshawn Simmons comes up with the steal. He's going to reset. Logan going to work some clock here. There's about a 4-second differential between the game and the shot clock. Simmons skips it over. Amar, another three-pointer. That's good as well. Tommy Amar taking it back to the old school here. North Gold Coast gets one off with LeMakin, but it's well off. And Logan heads into the quarter time break up by 13, 70-57. Behind some hot shooting there from Tommy Amar to end the third.
Well, hot shooting and a defensive error from Tommy Howard. Well, I don't know why he left him on that penetration. You know Simmons is going to pass the ball, right? You got to stay home on Amar, who is cash money from the short corner. They're the mistakes, which means you know that's going to cost you from getting back in the game.
Yeah, Tommy Amar, I think, has 17 now.
Yeah, so tied with Mitch Young for to lead all scorers in the game so far tonight. Amar's just been playing left, right, and center all over the floor, and you just can't leave them open. There's been a few big three-point drops for the Logan Thunder in that quarter, and they barely had a hand in their face at all. So there's just that lack of defensive intensity coming from the Seahawks when they're taking those long threes. We saw the Sean Carroll three-point drop down in the right-hand corner here where stood there for all of a second and a half, and no one even bothered to move out to him as he just dropped the easy three-point swish. So you got to be more intense on defense than that, especially on a team that can shoot threes.
Well, that's why I brought it up earlier in the quarter. Do you think that North Gold Coast could keep up that frantic pace? And I think they got a bit tired in the second half of that quarter there.
Yeah, maybe. And again, the energy that it takes to try and fight back into a game, they've been down the whole game. So that also takes a bit of juice out of them. So it'll be interesting to see. I think the first 3 minutes will really decide if they're a chance or not. And if they can get it under 8, they might be a show. And if they can't, then I think you'll see Logan run away with it.
Yeah, that's going to be the tough thing because North Gold Coast Seahawks really are running a team of 8 at the moment. They're not running through their bench as much as what probably Logan is. So, they probably do have those tired legs and they're not, as fit out on the floor as what they need to be to keep up with a very fast-paced Logan side at the moment. So if they can get themselves back in it, get that energy that they had at the start of the third, they're still in with a chance. 13 points is not that difficult. We saw them bring it back to 4 after a 13-point deficit going into the third. So they got a chance. They just need to bring it.
Oh, they're going to need someone else to step up the scoring. Campbell had a pretty good quarter there. Earl Jones still only with 7 points, a little more active, getting a few steals. But I'd love to see Goldfinch, Howard, those guys step up and contribute a lot here in the fourth. And I think the Seahawks fans would love that as well.
Yeah, and again, this is the kind of stuff for guys like Goldfinch who possibly need some of the shots created for him because I think he's got a legit three-point shot as well. But 5 points again and 2 rebounds. You've got to produce and do things: steals, deflections, rebounds, etc.
Simmons hit a jumper. LeMakin can't get a response, but he goes inside. Wallace short jumper is short. Taylor defensive rebound. Young working against Howard. Finds Amar in the corner. He'll fire another 3. That's off the front side of the rim, I should say. Earl Jones with the defensive rebound. Megan gets in. Floater is good. A little bit better here to start for the Seahawks.
Yeah, just simple pick and roll action with Howard.
Young flips it up with the left hand and gets it to fall. Going right at Brent Wallace. Howard's pass, nice high catch, and Wallace lays it in. Amar cross court for Carroll, who recovers, finds Young, inside pass stolen by Linton. Young recovers the steal though. Now Simmons hesitates, throws up the floater, it's no good.
Wow.
Linton saves it.
The air ball from 2 feet.
Earl Jones loses it out of bounds. Michael Cedar checks in for Sean Carroll. Quentin Campbell checks in, as does Cameron Goldfinch. Howard and Wallace get a breather. Jared Thompson also on the floor for Logan. Cedar kicks it out. Now Taylor looking to be aggressive. Dumps it off for Thompson to fire the elbow jumper in and out. Tipped up and in by Ray-Sean Simmons. Goldfinch from the corner, drains another three.
Yeah, that we talked about that, where again, he needs someone to help him create. He's a great shooter.
And Goldfinch played a few seasons ago for Logan when Derek Rucker was the head coach.
Really?
Yeah. Before he went off to school.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Earl Jones gets called for the reach-in foul. Definitely contact there. I'm not sure what he's complaining about. His third personal, the first team foul for North Gold Coast. Simon Taylor on the wing looking for Simmons in the block. Working against LeMakin. Picks up his dribble, skips it to Amar. Cedar gets his feet in the paint. Simmons, top of the key three, up, in and out. Offensive rebound, Thompson. He has it stripped out of bounds by Earl Jones. Simmons looking to go at Linton. Finds Amar along the baseline. Inside pass tipped. Stolen. Linton comes up with it. Here comes Jones. Goes to the right hand. Left-handed scoop shot is good.
Sweet. Sweet move with the left.
Logan up 10. 6:40 left in this game. Simmons misses. LeMakin comes up with it. Kicks ahead for Jones. Jones goes right at the defense, reverse layup, too strong. Referees blow the whistle, bit of moisture along the baseline underneath the Seahawks basket there. Brent Wallace gonna check in for Alexander LeMakin. I had on my notes that LeMakin is the captain, but it's actually Rob Linton, the captain for the North Gold Coast Seahawks. Tommy Amar getting a breather. Mitch Young checks back in to match up with Brent Wallace.
Must have dropped a swimming pool on the floor when he went down before.
Taking a few towels.
That's the bar. The bar's doing that. Trying to keep wiping. Wipe it for like 20 minutes. Let's get those bar sales up.
Quentin Campbell back on the floor for the Seahawks.
There you go. Finally.
Simmons fires the three. It's short.
Linton with a good closeout. Good gap.
Young little hook shots off. Tipped around. Young recovers. Goes up again. Too strong. And Wallace grabs the D board.
They just got to do a better job on the scout. I mean, Simmons is not a great three-point shooter. His shots actually looks quite good, but he just doesn't shoot the ball a great deal from three. He wants to drive it, yeah. So again, create a better gap. Keep him out of the middle.
Cedar goes left. Reverse layup. Good. Does it with the right.
He does, and Cedar's been good tonight. He's just given them buckets when they needed buckets at key times.
Quentin Campbell looking to go one-on-one with Thompson. Reverses it to Linton. Linton at the free throw line. Jumper is off, but he's fouled from behind by Michael Cedar.
Coach Can with his arms in the air. I don't really know how we can argue with that one. That was pretty obvious that he got him on the arm.
Cedar was arguing all ball. So was Coach Can.
And guess what? The referee didn't change their mind. So
Never seen it happen, ever. Linton hits the first one.
Yeah, Cedar with 14, Johnny. He's been good for them getting those key buckets at key times. Tommy Amar, 17 points, 13 rebounds. Mitch Young, 19 and 8.
Still only 10-point lead here for Logan. And they're forcing another turnover are the Seahawks. Earl Jones pass, though, stolen by Simmons.
Their 18th turnover for Logan.
Young double teamed. Pass is strong. Cedar recovers just. He's got 7 on the shot clock. I knew that was going up. And in! Cedar with the backbreaker there.
Well, he saw Goldfinch, sorry, backpedaling. We all knew it was going up.
Here's Goldfinch now with it. He'll fire a long 2. That's off. Cedar grabs the rebound. Just feels like every time the Seahawks get a stop, they turn it over or can't respond on the other end. Let's see if they can do it this time as Cedar missed and Jones has it. He's firing a wing 3. That's the back of the rim.
Well, listen, I mean, Jones has been interesting. I mean, I love a lot of the things he has